So many people get posted to Ottawa every single year, but before you move here, here are 6 things that you need to know. Before we begin, my name is Nick Polegato. I'm a BGRS certified realtor here in Ottawa, and I've left all my information in the description down below. You can text, call, email. There's also a link to my calendar, so you can go ahead and schedule a meeting with me directly from there. As a military veteran myself, I know how much of a pain military postings can be, so I've identified 6 of the main things that I wish I knew before I had been posted to Ottawa. First thing that you have to know is that D&D locations are scattered across the city, ranging from Carling campus, which is on the west end of the city, to Startop, which is on the east end of the city. You're gonna wanna make sure that you pick your neighborhood, kind of depending on how much traffic you wanna deal with and where you're posted to. If you're posted downtown, for instance, no matter where you're coming from, unless you're living downtown, it's probably gonna be about a 30-minute drive. But if you're on the east end of the city or on the west end of the city, you can live in the suburbs very close to where you're actually gonna be working. Which leads us to number 2, which is that Ottawa's big and scattered, and there's a lot of suburbs spread out across the city. If you're on the west end of the city, you have Canada and Stittsville. If you're on the east end of the city, you have Orleans. And if you're going south, you have Gloucester, Nepean, and Barhaven. If you're looking for a suburb type living, those are the main areas you're gonna wanna look at. But there is also a lot of rural areas around Ottawa if you're looking for more space, acreage, or a smaller town feel. Those rural areas are all gonna be within an hour of the city, roughly driving time, but depending on where you're posted, you could actually get closer or further, whether you're on the west, east, or south end. Number 3 is the school boards. Ottawa actually has 4 major school boards. You have public, Catholic, French public, and French Catholic, and they're all highly rated school districts in Ontario. The 2 largest school boards are the Ottawa Carleton District School Board and the Ottawa Catholic School Board, and then the 2 French schools make up the difference of available education. The school boards cover the entire Ottawa area, but individual schools are broken down into regions, so depending on where you live, can affect the school that your kid goes to. There are also several private schools here in Ottawa. Number 4 thing that you need to know is healthcare here in Ottawa. As a military service member, you're gonna use Montfort Hospital, but your family is eligible for Ontario Health Insurance Program. Typically, there's a 153-day waiting period to be eligible to get this healthcare here in Ontario. But because you're posted here, you can actually bypass that. So you'll have to go to a Service Ontario location, bring your MPRR or posting message, as well as fill out the Ontario health insurance forms required to qualify, but you can skip that waiting period for you and your family and qualify for that free Ontario healthcare as soon as you arrive. The next thing you always have to worry about when you're posted is your vehicle and license registration. Now, that leads us to number 5, which is how do you do that here in Ontario? Ontario is a little bit different than other places, and you have to register your vehicle and switch over your driver's license here within 60 days. If you're coming with an out-of-province driver's license, typically it'll be a 1-to-1 exchange. So if they have a graduated program, you'll end up in the graduated system. If you're at the top of that, no worries, you'll get what is called a G license. But they do recommend that you get a driver's transcript from the province that you're coming from, because insurance in Ontario is private insurance, and they may want that record to help get your rate down. If you don't have that, they might be able to reach out to your province depending if they have a compatible system or not. However, why risk having higher insurance premiums if you don't have to? The last thing you always have to worry about when you're posted is spousal employment. And luckily at number 6, Ottawa has a robust spousal employment program. Along with the military spousal employment network available through the MFRC, Ottawa actually has a very robust and fantastic resource center for people looking for employment. They have links to help you navigate through the certification and licensing process, as well as postings just throughout the city and in the area. Ontario also has their own links, and I'll link all of that in the description down below so that you can start that process before you even get here. And that's it. Those are 6 things that I wish I knew before I got posted to Ottawa. I put all this together and more in a free Ottawa military relocation guide linked down below. I've also linked my cell phone and email down there. And again, my calendar is down there if you want to go ahead and schedule a meeting with me directly through my calendar. Also, let me know in the comments down below where you're getting posted from. I reply to every single comment. Toodles.